here with a video for you guys I have not done in a while. Believe it or not, right now I have a CD pickups video for you guys. I've not done one of these in a while because of how I kind of changed things up. I was initially, when I was doing CD pickup videos, I was, going out cinema hunting. I'd go to a Goodwill or something like that or wherever, and I'd buy movies, but I'd also buy CDs. I wouldn't show you those CDs I picked up in like a Daily Singles video. I'd just show you just the movies, and I would let those CDs pile up and eventually do a CD pickups video for you guys. But as time went on, I decided I'm not going to do it that way anymore. If I go out and I buy a bunch of stuff from one store, I'm just going to show you everything I grabbed from that one store. I'm going to show you that all in a haul. It doesn't make sense to split things up, in my opinion. I am collecting CDs now. I am collecting Game Boy games now. If I buy CDs and Game Boy games along with cinema, I'm just going to show you that whole haul. That's how I'm going to do it from now on, as I told you guys. That's how I've been doing it. But I also said that if I ever go out to a store and buy nothing but games or nothing but CDs, I will do a Game Boy games pickup video, or I'll do a CD pickups video for you guys, since I want to make sure every Daily Singles video is somehow cinema related. So if I buy a whole bunch of CDs and like none of them are, I guess, are soundtracks or anything like that, there's really no cinema relatedness to that video, so I'll just do a CD pickups video. So that's what we have for you today. And like I said, I haven't done one of these in a while. I've not gone out to a store and just picked up nothing but a bunch of CDs in a while. So, all right, let's get down to it. I actually ran out to a local library whose name I don't remember. It's like the Upper or Lower or something, like Providence Township Library or something like that. You guys have seen me there before. I've done some hunting there before. I've got some really good deals there before on like cinema and whatnot, and it was the store you guys may remember from like a year or so ago. I did this whole like rant on them because they came back. They basically accused me of like stealing. Apparently some people had been like stealing from the library, and because I was back there and I was like taking some pictures of myself, like hunting and like shooting a little bit of video, and because I was back there for like, I guess, like too long or something like that, I was looking through everything. At the time I was collecting books, so I was looking at books, and I was looking through their music, and I was looking through their cinema, and I was back there for a little while looking through stuff. But I don't know, because I had tattoos, basically they thought I was some guy coming in there and steal stuff, so I wasn't too happy about that. But I still get good deals there, so even though they pissed me off and I wasn't too thrilled with them as a store, I still go there. So, and this is why, because I got a lot of cool stuff. Somebody awesome who was into some really good music gave all their stuff to donate their stuff to the library, and I made out like a bandit. I paid $1 for all of these. Very cool. Let's take a look at what I got. So first up here is a Lookout Records compilation. We have, it's called Forward Till Death. Very cool. Lookout Records is an absolutely fantastic, like punk rock record label. Love them. In fact, are they still around? They might be. I think they are. I don't know. So many good record labels I used to be into back in the day are just kaput. They are no longer around. It's really sad. Let's see. I don't know every band on here, but I know a lot of them. Avail, Pansy Division, Groovy Ghoulies, Mr. T Experience, Squirt Gun, Donnas. The Donnas, a band that used to be really, really good when they were on Lookout Records, and then they signed to like a major record label, and their sound like completely changed. I hate when a record label changes the sound of a band. I do not believe it's the band that changes; it's the record label that changes the sound of the band. I hate that. Donnas used to be a good band. Their first album on Lookout Records, really good. Check it out if maybe you heard like the Donnas and you listen to them, you're like not really into it. So like kind of poppy, sort of like wannabe kind of punk, sort of like rock and rollish sort of sound, and it's not all that good. Check out their first album on Lookout Records. It's a lot better. Let's see who else. Gas Huffer, Citizen Fish, and I think that's about all I know on here. But a lot of good bands, nevertheless. Very cool. Lookout Records compilation. This is awesome. But for that, that was pretty cool. I don't come across Lookout compilations or any Lookout Records, just even regular albums, very often. So that was really cool. We have Mudhoney with My Brother the Cow. Mudhoney's a good band. Kind of like early 90s sort of like alternative rock grunge. So do enjoy them. So I had to pick that up. Very cool. This is great. I'm just really excited about this. A CD I used to own back in the day, but stupidly got rid of, and that is Block Party Silent Alarm. This is a great album. I'm a big fan of this. When this came out, I remember hearing the album. A friend of mine had it. I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing, what was it? I think, was it Helicopters or was it Banquet? Which was the song that was on the radio. I mean, I think they were both on the radio, weren't they, or something? Which was their first hit? I forget. Anyway, I remember hearing that song on the radio, thinking, they sound pretty good. My friend had this. She's like, oh, let me bring you a copy of it. She brought me a copy, and I remember I was at the beach. I went down to the beach because my parents used to have a beach house, and I was actually doing a photo shoot down there, taking pictures of somebody who paid me to take pictures of them. And I went down there by myself for the weekend, and it was like I got there Friday night. My friend was in Ocean City, Maryland. I drove like the 45 minutes to go visit her and hang out with her for the night. And she had this, and she burned me a copy. And on the way back from Ocean City, Maryland to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, which is again about a 45-minute drive, I listened to this and I was like, wow, that was a really good album. And I was a big fan of this album. The next album that followed this wasn't very good though. I remember that. I remember being all excited for the next album, and I was like, oh. That was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't this. So, Block Party Silent Alarm, great album, very, very cool. I was really excited to find that, and I had to listen to it. It was great. I hadn't listened to it in a while, so very cool. All right, don't make fun of me. Had to grab it, and you guys know why. Jerry Halliwell with is it Schizophonic? Am I saying that correctly? Yeah. Of course, the hit "Look at Me." The hit "Look at Me." There was the single off the album. Yeah, it's okay. You guys know me. I'm a huge Spice Girl fan, so of course, if I ever come across any of the girls' solo stuff, I'm gonna pick it up. But honestly, I'm not some huge fan of this. When it comes down to it, only Mel C, her Sporty, is the only one who I felt really well. First of all, she's the only one who had like a real career after the Spice Girls. I mean, not so much here in the United States, but over in England, she was pretty popular, and I think she still has a little bit of following for it and stuff like that. So. Her career was pretty good, but all the rest of the girls, the other four girls, not so much. They tried to have a solo career after the Spice Girls, and it didn't work. In fact, Jerry, oh my God, her last album, look up how badly that failed. It was a disaster. It sold I forget what I think they released it like Australia first or something like that, or I forget, but the amount of records it sold on like the first day, it was like I think in the hundreds or something like that. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Nobody bought it. Yeah, I felt pretty bad for her. But yeah, this album, it's not all that great. It's just okay. It's what it is. I mean, the Look at Me song, which isn't even all that good. I was kind of excited to have that, but it's not that good of an album. It is what it is. Like I said, when it comes to Mel C, her albums are pretty good. Everybody else's albums are just kind of. So anyway, I had to grab it though. It's Jerry. I had to pick it up. So very cool. This is great. I grabbed Hopelessly Devoted to You, volumes 2 and 3. So awesome. Definitely albums I used to have back in the day. I love when I pick up albums that I used to own before I was stupid and sold my whole CD collection off. I love it. It's so awesome. And here's two more. I mean, see, Dillinger 4, Against All Authority, The Queers, Mustard Plug, Falling Sickness, 88 Fingers Louie, Digger, I think I'm renaming some people again. Nobodies, Selby Tigers, yeah, and so on and so forth. So a lot of good bands on here. Absolutely fantastic. Hopeless Records, again, another great record company. I think they're still around, aren't they? Maybe. If they did go under, they went under. It would have been recently, within the last, I think. I don't know. I think I remember seeing an album out recently that came out like the last couple of years that was on Hopeless Records. So I want to see they're still around. I don't know completely off the top of my head, but still very cool compilations. Every time one of these came out, I would always buy them. These are one of those compilations. A lot of cool things about the punk compilations. Since these are kind of like more like independent record labels, they're not out to gouge you. They're not going to say, hey, you want to buy this cool compilation for $20? These would be like $5. You go into places like Hot Topic and stuff like that, and you'd be sitting on the counter, and they'd be $5, which is a really good idea. You go into a Hot Topic or whatever store you go into, you go into Hot Topic, some punk kid sees this and goes, cool, a punk rock compilation for $5. I can afford that. They buy it, they hear all these awesome bands that maybe they hadn't heard of before, something like that, and they go, wow, I'm now a big fan of like this band and that band and that band. I want to hear more. And then they go out and then they buy the actual album for, however much it costs. Good idea. It's a good way to get people to buy the albums to the artist on your record label. It's smart. Don't charge a lot for your compilations. Your compilations should be dirt cheap to get the word out there, to be like, hey, everybody, Listen to these good bands. You're going to like these bands. It's a smart idea. Brilliant. And a lot of these independent record labels, I used to have so many of these compilations because they were like $5. They were like dirt cheap. In fact, I think some of them were like $1. They were like really, really cheap. And I think, again, it was a brilliant idea on a lot of these companies' parts. So very cool. 2 great compilations. Oh, here we go. This was actually $4. It says, suggested price, $3.98, please. So you didn't have to sell for that price. I mean, I'm sure there's some stores that were like jerks, but that's the price. It was like $4 in most stores. I remember like Hot Topic and stuff would sell for that. In fact, it says the same thing on this one. So a lot of cool stores would sell them for the price they suggested. So dirt cheap, very awesome, really cool compilations. Here's another good compilation, but these weren't priced high, but they weren't priced super low, and that was Pokorama. This year being Volume 6, 2001. This is the Epitaph record label's old compilation. They used to put out one of these out every year. It was really cool. They were big for a while. Then like they changed the name of it, and I don't think they put them out anymore. Of course, Epitaph Records, they've changed over the years. It used to be a really good punk rock like independent record label. I think they're getting over the years they've gotten you can almost say they're like a major record label at this point. A lot of the bands on it are very trendy bands now. It's a lot of not very good music. I really don't listen to anything on Epitaph anymore. I mean, there are still some good bands on it, but not a lot. So, but this was back when they were good. I mean, Guttermouth, NoFX, Melancholy, Hot Water Music, Bouncing Souls, Pennywise, Oscar, huge fan of Oscar, Rancid, Dropkick Murphys, Descendants, Pulley, All, Union 13, a good Mexican punk band, Bad Religion, Voodoo Glow Skulls, a good Mexican ska band, Bombshell Rocks, The Business. So a lot of good bands on here. So very, very cool. Again, back when Epitaph used to be a good record label. Then we have Madcap, Stand Your Ground. Absolutely fantastic punk band. Very, very cool. On Side One Dummy. I don't think Side One Dummy's around anymore, unfortunately. But great punk band. So that was really cool. This is one of those things where it's like I'm blown away when I come across it. Like, you know, you come across a more kind of well-known punk band or something like that, and you're like, all right, I could see somebody owning this. But you come across something like Madcap, you're like, that's not something I expect to find just out and about, especially not at, you know, some library. So very cool. Excellent band. Then we have Bright Eyes, I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning. Good band. I would say indie rock. I hate that term indie rock simply because it's so overused. Like Block Party was like indie rock, and like anything for like this little like time period in music, they're like, it's indie rock. Like anything from this time period is indie rock. So I don't really know. I would just say kind of like an alternative rock band, but I don't know, with that indie sound. So good band. I do like them. So very cool. This is a band I had no idea who it was. This was actually factory sealed, which is pretty cool. In fact, maybe I should open it because maybe it's worth some money. I don't know. But this is Forward to Death Therapy. So I had no idea who this was, but I was like, Forward to Death. It sounds pretty cool. Let's look it up. So I looked it up online. Apparently, this, from what I read online, this was a hardcore punk rock band. They had put out some like single releases, but then they put out this is like their one and only like full length release, and I had listened to some of the music online. I was like, they're really good. I'm gonna grab this. So very cool. So apparently this is somewhat rare, and the fact that it was steel was really, really cool as well. And I popped it in, listened to it. It is awesome. A lot of good punk music on here. In fact, this whole album's like 10 minutes. Like every one of these songs is like 30 seconds. It's just so fast, which I love. I love just really fast, short punk songs. And that's what you're getting on here. So really good band. But like I said, I had not heard of them up until I came across this, and I just saw and thought, this looks like it might be a good punk band or hardcore band or something, and it was. So very cool find. This is definitely something I wasn't expecting to find either. We have 2 Newfound Glory CDs. We have Catalyst, which I do already own, but I remembered my copy had a scratch on it. I think it even skipped. I remember I bought it. I'm a little bit more lenient when it comes to my CDs. Obviously, my DVDs, no scratches whatsoever. Any cinema I buy cannot have scratches on it. That bugs me. They have to be brand new, like condition, not a scratch, anything on it. CDs, if they're like a little scratched, I'll buy them. I bought this, and I thought probably, yeah, it's going to be okay. It did skip. So bought a copy to replace the skip copy I have. And also found Newfound Glory, their self-titled album. This one I did not have yet. So very cool. Newfound Glory, good band. And then finally we have MXPX, the Renaissance EP. Very cool. MXPX, definitely a good punk band. Very cool. And on Fat Records. Awesome. I actually never had this one. I had a bunch of MXPX back in the day. But this one was one I didn't know. In fact, I didn't even really know this one existed, to be honest with you. I saw this and I was like, oh, what album is this? I don't remember this album. So very cool. That's awesome. So I'll get $1 a piece for all this. And obviously somebody with some good taste, somebody who was into some punk rock music. I see all this and it's such like random stuff that it makes me wonder one of two things. Is there like more? Like maybe the library didn't put everything out, or because all this really random stuff. I mean, again, things like the random MXPX. I mean, Newfound Glory, okay, but Forward to Death, Madcap, the Hopeless Records, Punkorami, all that kind of weird stuff like that. I'm assuming this all in the Lookout Records. I'm assuming that all belong to like one person. It's all like the same kind of music. It had to belong to one person, I'm assuming. What I wonder is, was there more? Like maybe somebody came and bought stuff already, or maybe they hadn't put everything out. I don't know, because I can't imagine that was his collection or her collection or whoever collection. That's kind of random. Or maybe they were like dwindling stuff down. Maybe like, I don't really listen to these CDs anymore and gave them to the library. I don't know. There has to be more out there because this is such good stuff. And since it's a lot of random stuff, I want to see everything. I'm like, is there more? I want to know. So anyway, very awesome. A lot of good pickups. Got $1 a piece. So we have a total of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, $13 here for all this. Not too shabby, especially since since all of this is really good stuff, and some of it's stuff I was like really looking forward to. I mean, again, like the Hopeless Records, Block Party, even the Jerry Halliwell was pretty cool in my opinion. MXPX, the Madcap, I mean, all that stuff, just really cool pickups, really cool finds. Love it. Awesome CD pickup in my opinion. So, all right, guys, there you go. That's it. I actually will have another CD pickups video for you coming up soon because I was out at a Goodwill not too long ago and did pick up some only CDs there as well. So I kind of weird in the past couple weeks I've done that, but I just told you about this pickup in a video like the other day. So I thought, I'll do this one. Even though I picked up the stuff in Goodwill first, I figured since I mentioned this, I'm going to show you this stuff first, and then we'll take a look at the Goodwill stuff. Probably later on this week. So, all right, that is it, guys. Like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please do. I do a brand new daily sickness video every single day. So hit that subscribe button. You'll see a new video from me every day. Also, if you're if you're not already watching this video over at cinemasickness.com, you're watching us on YouTube, look down below in the description. You'll see a link to cinemasickness.com. Click on it, head over there, check it out. There's a lot more to see than just these videos. All right, I'm getting confused. I'm going to go, guys. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next daily sickness video. I'll see you then, guys. Bye.